My favorite day of the week. Is it my favorite day of the week, or is it Friday the favorite day of my week? It's actually Wednesday. I love Wednesday. I love doing these lives. Hi everyone. It's 5 o'clock. We are live. It looks like it just kind of jumped on. Hi, live at 5 Wednesdays Eastern Standard Time. I usually wait a couple minutes for people to jump on. We had about 15 people that registered for tonight's training, which is on the three business killer traits that I overcame, that some of you have to overcome to be able to scale your maid service. So there's always personal things that are blocking you, right? That are in your way. And we're going to discuss them tonight. So I usually wait a couple minutes for people to jump on. And I can see who's jumping on. I will say one viewer came on. If you're jumping on, say hi. Let me know where you're from. If you've been on here before, if you haven't been on here before, say hi so I know who's on. I see a couple people coming on. And I'll wait like a minute or so. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is Cheryl Hager. I'm a cleaning business coach and also an active maid service owner. And my company is up in the Boston, Massachusetts area. Hi, Hella. How are you? Hey, Ruth Ann. Ruth, I love the peach. I know. I saw you from Georgia. So you're on the same time zone as me. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Victoria. You're on the same time zone too, baby. How are you? How are you? Is it bad, Ruth Ann? You probably have a southern accent, Ruth Ann. You're from Georgia, so you're probably all southern and all. I hope I don't have an accent. I spent a lot of time in Tennessee. When I was younger, I was a songwriter, believe it or not, and so I have family in Nashville. So people used to tell me, "Wow, you don't sound like Boston," because I spent so much time in the town, like singing and writing, and that my accent actually changed. But I think the more so that, like, years later, my life went a different direction, and I stopped going down there. I like now I probably sound more like Boston. It's so funny. Although you will never see this, but I have been known to, yeah, twangy voice in Georgia. So Victoria, you'll laugh when I say this. I have been known when I drink vodka to sound like I'm from Southie. Southie gets a little mouthy. But Victoria's from Massachusetts too, so she's got a worse accent than I do. Yeah, twangy. So my cousins, right, in Nashville, and my aunt had very twangy, twangy like voices. Victoria, you'll never see me, or you might see me. Maybe, Victoria. We'll see if you come in September. You might see me with vodka. I don't know. No, I can't embarrass myself like that. I can't. So welcome to tonight's training. It's bad. It's bad. My husband's like, "What are you doing? Stop talking." Tonight's training is so funny. If you're joining us for the first time, let me know. Say hi. Let me know where you're from. Tonight's training is on the three business killer traits I myself had to overcome. So it allowed me to actually grow my business to over 65K a month, which is where we're at. But there was some things I had to do and things I had to let go of because I was stuck years ago. I was mentally stuck. And that's what this training is tonight. So for those of you that don't know me, like I said, my name is Cheryl Hager. I'm a cleaning business coach. I founded Sisters Who Scale, which is the coaching business. And I have a cleaning business, residential, commercial, and we have a little bit of power washing there. My husband decided to be overzealous and launch a power washing division 3 years ago. But it's mainly cleaning, mainly interior cleaning and commercial. My company's Maid. I'm 40 minutes north of Boston, so I'm not in Boston. I'm like right outside. And I started the business myself. I was a single mother. Honestly, I started cleaning because I needed to put food on the table. I needed to support my son. Yes, I was getting child support, but as you ladies know, if you've ever been in that situation, child support just isn't enough. You need a full-time from a man and a full-time from a woman. And so I did it to hustle, to give my son a good life, to make sure he went to good schools, to make sure he wasn't, growing up in daycare and after school care, the before care in the morning and after care. I didn't do that. I was able to drop him off at school in the morning, pick him up. I did his homework with him. That was very important to me. So I chose to clean houses on the side as a solo cleaner for, a few years before I ended up scaling my company. So that's the story. Years later, Jay comes in the picture, right? 10 years later, and everything's a little bit better. So people ask me all the time, how did I grow it to this level? And I tell everyone, you have to do the right types of activities. You can't get stuck in the busy work because the busy work doesn't make you money. So you have to roll out these, result producing activities that make money on a consistent basis, in a systematic rollout over and over and over. And I tell everyone it's not easy all the time. And sometimes I would actually question myself, can I actually pull this off? Like I was like some of you on this call. I would say, can I actually do this? But I was like, you know what? I think it's going to be hard, but I think I can do it. So I had that underlining belief, right? You have to try it, because if you don't try, you will never know if you can pull it off, right? And a lot of people can pull it off, and some people may not be able to pull it off. And that's what I kind of, help people with sometimes. But I found that it comes down to 3 traits, as simple as that sounds. And we're going to talk about that here tonight. And those 3 traits, if you can't overcome them, they can kill your business. And they will kill your business if you don't figure it out. So it's never the outside influences that are like the crux of failure. Okay. It's never anything outward that's what causes failure. And I'm willing to bet that a few of you on the training tonight have these traits just like I did, right? We're all human. And we're going to talk about them. So let's get into it. Number 1, if you guys want to write this down, most certainly you can. Let's see if anyone else has jumped on before I start. Hi, Dustin. How are you? Okay, so number 1 is simple as it sounds, and many of you may not even know that you may be struggling from this, is lack of belief in yourself. That's the number 1 thing, right? It is the killer of success. It'll kill your chances for success. You may have all the right things going for you. If you don't believe in yourself, you're done. It's not going to work, right? Self-doubt is it's a silent killer, but it's a deadly killer for your business. So it undermines your true potential, the potential of growth that you have. So when business leaders or entrepreneurs like succumb to self-doubt, they often hesitate to make critical decisions for themselves in the right appropriate times, because you're fearing failure or you're fearing criticism from others. Who cares what anyone else thinks, right? Who cares what anyone else thinks? Failing is all the way you look at it. You never really fail. The only way you fail is if you quit. That's it. If you make a mistake and you learn from it, you have to keep going. But people that struggle with the lack of belief in themselves, they have one failure and they're ready to throw in the towel and dump everything, right? And that's not what you need to do. You need to keep going. So this lack of belief in yourself, or this hesitation to, or inaction, right, of not making a decision, can 100% lead to missed opportunities, right? Your competitors, however, who might be more confident than you and decisive, grab that opportunity and seize that market share, right? So your self-doubt erodes your confidence necessary to be creative and innovate and take those calculated risks, because you need to take risks. You don't need to, we're not talking risk like you're going to the casino, right? You're going to Encore, Victoria. Oh, I didn't call you Vicky, Victoria. My grandmother's name was Victoria, and they called her Vicky. Sorry. Victoria. You're going to Encore and throwing a bunch of money on a roulette table, right? That is not a calculated risk. That is a risky of the risky risks, right? Okay. So that's not the type of risk we're talking about. But calculated risks are essential for you to stay competitive. So when a leader exhibits self-doubt, it can permeate through your whole organization, so your whole team. This can affect your employees, their morale, their productivity, because if they don't see you believing in something or being able to weather the storm and, figure out a problem, like you look like you're just gliding over it, like nothing bothers you, they're going to start to doubt your abilities. They're going to start to doubt whether you can pull it off. So you need to believe that you can pull it off so they can pull their job off, right? Is this kind of making sense? So basically meaning that your staff can get uneasy and they can lose confidence in you as a leader if they see you being wishy-washy. So my staff, when we have an issue, they get all panicky, right? Or whatever. They're just human. Everyone's human. So the initial reaction is to panic. And then if I need to solve a problem, I come in, calm, cool, collective. I think about this stuff and then I present a solution. And they're just like, how are you so calm about this? Because I've been doing this a long time and I put out a lot of fires with a lot of people. I've dealt with just different things. And you can't go on that emotional roller coaster. You can't show them that you're emotional and stuff like that, right? And I know that this can be scary sometimes, but you can't show your fear to your staff because this can wreck your whole company. And you wouldn't think it would, like one or two things, but it can. Even if you're faking it, like faking the confidence, like it's okay. So it's okay to fall apart when the door is closed. When you're not in front of them, you can fall apart, you can throw shit against the wall, you can cry, whatever you need to do. I give you permission to swear, do whatever, flare yourself against the wall, right? But whatever you do, don't do it in front of them. Don't show your emotion in front of them because they're going to follow what you do. You have to remember that you are their leader. So you have to act like one, even if you don't know how to yet. You just got to fake it. So if your staff senses uncertainty from you, they may become disengaged, less proactive, and honestly less willing to go the extra mile for the company and for you, which it leads to reduced overall performance. Okay. Another thing that self-doubt can do is prohibit effective communication, right? And this is like having great communication with your staff is like the biggest thing you can have, right? So you need to realize that you have to communicate well, because if you can communicate the vision of the company and inspire the teams, they're going to see the vision you see if you can communicate that effectively. All right. And some leaders have a hard time with this. They don't know how, or they think that maybe the staff doesn't want to know about the vision of the company. People want to be a part of something cool, something great. People want to be a part of a team that works hard for each other as they work for themselves, and they want to, as like one whole. Okay. So if you don't communicate this to your teams, this can result in a lack of this word, which I want you to write this word down: alignment. Okay. You need your staff to be aligned with the organization, aligned with the vision, the overall vision that you have for the company. Okay. So if you don't do this, this makes it harder to execute strategies effectively, right? If people aren't aligned and team one's cleaning the house one way, team two's cleaning the house another way, they don't have a system, you're out of alignment. So how can you teach them something if everyone's doing their own thing? So you need to learn how to align your people, bring in your systems so they're all doing the same thing all the time. So they need to be aligned with your mission, with your purpose of your company, to propel you forward. When I work with people, I teach people to create their own mission statements, to create their core values, because everyone's mission statement and core values, you would think they would be the same. They're going to be different. Some people have Christian-based cleaning companies. Some people have non-toxic, right? Some people have the reason why you started your company, right? So I started my company because I needed to put food on the table. Everyone in my community knows I started as a single parent. Maybe that worked for me. Maybe it didn't. I don't really know. People like to support underdogs. So if that was the story, you want to tell your story to the people you're trying to get as clients, because clients will align themselves with your mission of why you started the company. They will, there's a million cleaners out there. They want to go with a company that actually represents something. So you have to get your message and then get your message across to your teams so your teams can put out, what they need to do to carry out that mission when they're in the field. Is this making sense? I'm like, I'm taking a lot of B complex right now. I get a lot of energy. I started a new supplement this morning. So, anyways, so it's giving me like a lot of energy. But this is like really 100% true. So, ultimately, your self doubt can create this vicious cycle of underperformance and lost confidence, making it difficult for your business to achieve its full potential and thrive in a competitive environment. We know there's a million cleaners out there. There's this one, that one, putting up their hand. I can do it. I can work tomorrow at 3 a.m. on a Sunday. Just desperate people out there looking for a side hustle, right? So you need to stand out. You need to have a company that has a cool mission, that has cool core values and stuff like that. You're going to attract better clients. You're also going to attract better staff, right? Is this making sense? Leaders have to be V. I don't even know why I called you Vicky, because everyone used to call my grandmother Vicky. So every time I address you, I have to purposely say Victoria because I want to go to Vicky because my grandmother was Vicky. That's why. V. You struggle with belief, Ruth Ann. Yep, you and I are going to have a call next week. We'll talk about that. So number 2 is your lack of confidence. This is different than lack of belief. So lack of confidence can cause what's called impaired decision making. So business leaders that lack the confidence, they hesitate to make decisions or they second guess their choices. Do you ever make a choice and then you're laying in bed all night and you're like, oh my God, was it the right choice? La la la, la la la, right? So this can unfortunately lead to delays in executing strategies that are going to move the company forward, missed opportunities that are going to move the company forward, and overall lack of direction. You can kind of be wishy-washy, right? What is that expression? Analysis paralysis. You sit there. How many people on this call can honestly admit that they've had analysis paralysis about making a decision over something that after you made the decision, you're like, why did that take me so long to make that decision, right? That's what this is. You're lacking some sort of confidence. It's very normal, so I'm not picking on anyone. I was the same way. You're lacking confidence to make that decision, to be like, this is the thing I'm going to do. Whatever it is, I'm going to hire someone, I'm going to fire someone. You need to be definitive and decisive in making decisions. But this develops when you have to make more and more decisions all the time. So it gets easier to kind of, make decisions. So you as a leader, you need to learn how to be able to identify and grab on a growth opportunities, seize growth opportunities, whether it be like you're expanding into a different market, a new service. Maybe you're adding window washing to your cleaning, right? It's still cleaning, but it's window washing. Maybe you didn't do that before, right? Anything like that. Or you're doing carpets, right? Or rugs. I know some people do carpet cleaning and upholstery cleaning along inside of their cleaning business, which is totally fine. We do power washing. We do the outside. It's still cleaning. We're just cleaning the outside of the house, right? It's an extended service, which is fantastic for your business because it brings in an additional stream of revenue. So you're not just depending on one revenue, right? I think they say successful business owners have like 7 streams of income coming in, right? I'm talking like the ultra successful business owners have like 7 streams of income coming in, right? There's a reason for that, right? So when you hesitate and when you doubt, it can cause your business to lag behind more competitors of yours that may be more decisive and maybe they're able to make decisions quicker than you. So it's the actual result of your inaction that can cost you a lot of money. You think you're safe not making decisions, you're actually very unsafe. You need to be able to make decisions, quick decisions, because if you can't make quick decisions, it can kill your business. Perfect example, not firing someone fast enough. That could wreck your business, right? We had a girl with us a week and a half. Whoo, did she cause some damage a couple of months ago, right? Oh, actually, not damage. I caught the damage, but just complaints and not good. After a week and a half, I had to let her go. She was terrible. Talked a good game, but just terrible, right? So I didn't wait. Week and a half, not a good fit, gotta go. I know within like 5 to 7 days whether or not they're going to make it. And the old Cheryl would wait and give everyone a chance, and this and that, you know what I mean? I give them so much. If they can't clean a bathroom efficiently after 5 days, they're gone. They're not going to make it. That's just the reality. It's not me being mean. It's just the reality of it. You guys all know what I'm talking about. If someone is leaving streaks on a mirror after day 10, you got a problem. So it's this lack of confidence that you need to be able to make a quick decision is what's gonna kill your business. Um, Confidence is crucial for taking those calculated risks I talked about, which are definitely necessary for growth. Without your confidence, business leaders may avoid new ventures, investments, or just changes that are going to benefit the company. I see it all the time, so I'm speaking from experience. I see it all the time with people I work with, people I coach. They don't want to take a chance. You know why? Because it feels uncomfortable. Business can be uncomfortable, right? But you don't get to have the good stuff in your business that this business can bring you if you take some calculated risks or chances, or however you want to call them. You can't stay in a safe zone if you want to grow, right? And we're not talking crazy chances. We're talking like, I don't even know. I mean, I've had people that were solo cleaners that were like just so afraid to hire. And once they hired, they got over that and they did it. They're like, oh, this isn't so bad. Or, then they went from pen and paper to a CRM. And then they use a CRM and like, wow, this is really cool. This is saving us a lot of time. Like, but they hemmed and hawed over it. They were like, I don't want to do this. It costs money. The amount of money that costs you, the amount of money that a CRM can make you over what it actually costs you a month is peanuts. And you kind of have to get out of that poverty mindset and move into the growth mindset. So I see that all the time. You have to get a little uncomfortable. You have to take calculated risks, okay? But that's especially when people are moving from the pen and paper to the CRM. We use both Maid and Jobber. And if anyone doesn't use those and is interested in learning more about them, let me know. I have codes. You can get like free months off and stuff like that. You need a CRM to grow. There's so many opportunities and almost so many things it does for you. Zenmaid's awesome. Jobber's awesome. But you need one, right? So you have to take that leap of faith. And there's a certain number of clients that you need to have on your schedule, and that I tell my coaching clients, hey, now's the time to pull the trigger on the CRM. You're bringing in so much money a month. It's a necessary evil. All right. That's one of them. Another thing lack of confidence can do is stifle your innovation, because innovation, in whether it's a cleaning company or any company, requires a belief in the possibility of success and the confidence to pursue new ideas, right? Window washing, carpet cleaning. Let's add another layer of income stream into our business. Some people I've worked with before have had mobile car detailing. It's still cleaning, right? So what would happen if you made a decision and it didn't turn out the way you planned? What would happen? You're going to learn from it. You would learn from it, you would grow from it, and you would move on. That's it. You're not going to die. Right? You're just going to learn from it and you're going to move on. So what happens is owners are their own worst enemy in this situation. They overthink everything. They overanalyze it, right? I see it all the time. Afraid to make a move that would possibly have the potential for you to grow and then grow your company even further. So you actually can damage relationships with clients if you lack confidence. Your lack of confidence can lead to poor relationships. So how does that work? Because your confidence is crucial in client-facing roles. So your sales, you're in front of them. That's what I mean by facing. Your sales, if you're doing in-person estimates, which you should be if you want to build relationships. Your customer service, if you don't have enough confidence, what would you do? You would send a text message instead of picking up the phone when there's a problem. If there's a complaint, I was on the phone last week with a client that's fairly new. She was just an issue with the girl that I had to fire after a week and a half, but she's gone. I rested assured she's not here anymore. And so, but I have the confidence to get on the phone and save that relationship, right? When you don't have the confidence, you just send a text. A text isn't going to do it when your client is 73 years old. They don't want a text, they want you on the phone. Negotiations require confidence, right? Because your self-assuredness to build trust and rapport with customers is going to be based on the confidence you have in yourself. So when you have a lack of confidence, it can lead to lost sales. I was working with Candace Langham from Indiana, who's amazing. She finished her up the mop. She's in the sister mastermind, and she was having a problem. She raised her prices, and she was having a problem closing people. And she can tell you this. She was going to estimates, not closing anything. It was her confidence. She was nervous because she increased her prices, right? And so she was like, what am I not doing wrong? We figured out she wrote a service agreement that was 8 pages long. Anyone comes at me with an 8-page long service agreement, I'm not going with them, right? We had to figure it out. So we figured that out, and then she was just nervous. Once we got rid of that, and then she just said, F it. She was like, I don't care if I get them or I don't care. I'm just going to go. This is the price. Here it is. And as soon as that happened, she started closing new clients because she just sat back and said, whatever happens, happens. She's not attached to the outcome, which is what too many of, a lot of cleaning business owners do. They're attached to, I need this account, I need this account, I need this account. No, you need the right accounts. There's a difference. You don't need all the accounts. You need the right accounts. And as soon as she kind of realized that, her demeanor changed, her confidence changed, and she started filling her schedule. So that's a lack of the confidence thing that I'm talking about. Is this making sense? Let's see. Hey, Stacy. Stacy from Kansas. How are you? No streaks, Victoria. V. Every decision's never going to be perfect. No, totally. Yeah, see? Oh, so you were second, Vicky. Yeah, Vicky. Vicky Hager. Mm-hmm. Yep. That was my grandmother's name. She was a toughie. She used to yell at my grandfather all the time. Okay, inconsistent performance, lack of confidence rather, contributes to consistent performance. Or actually, confidence contributes to consistent performance. Lack of confidence, is lack of performance or lack of steady progress. So without it, your business may struggle to maintain your focus and your drive, and it's gonna, your team leads, your staff, they're gonna feel it. If you don't feel confident making decisions, they're gonna read that energy off of you. All right. So 2, number 1, lack of belief in yourself. 2, lack of confidence. And the third one is lack of guidance. So your lack of guidance can significantly hinder a business owner's ability to navigate the complexities, because not everything is easy in this business, right? Or the challenges that we come from. Our biggest challenges is quality control and staff. So biggest challenge is staff in this business, right? And then organizing everything in systems and whatnot. But so having the right guidance, whether it be a podcast, someone you listen to, cannot only offer strategic insights and expertise, but also act as a sounding board for ideas and decisions. Because if you're running this by yourself, like some of you are running it with your husbands, like Victoria runs it, with her husband. Some of you are running it by yourself. Or wife or something like that. So it's all kind of different. So entrepreneurship is lonely, and you don't know if you're making the right decisions. And, there's a lot of information out there. There's a million different directions. It can be confusing. Some are good, some are not so good. Some may not be good for you. Some may be good for you, right? So it's not like a one size fits all thing, because everyone has different ways of thinking. Somebody may want to run solo only. Some may want to run teams of 2. I prefer doing a hybrid. I do some solo, some teams of 2, because I strongly believe that people get lonely solo cleaning 24/7, and I think it leads to turnover. I have a mix of everything. I've had people with me 5 years, 4 years, a bunch of them for 3 years, right? Where we retain people because we take care of people. They like working with each other. We mix it up. right? Could we be more profitable with 100% solo? Of course. But then if I have a higher turnover rate, then that's costing me money to train new people. It brings new problems. So we've opted for a hybrid. We think that that works the best for us. So getting back there, the right guidance can, offer you insights. As a sounding board, stuff like that, you need to run things by people, right? You just kind of bounce things off of them. Opinions, options, choices, stuff like that. So without that crucial support, you may struggle, right, and not have a lack of clarity or direction. And then you can have ineffective decision making, right? It may cause a business to miss out on a growth opportunity that could be good for you, but you don't have anyone to bounce it off of, right? So that can be a problem. And the biggest thing that happens in the cleaning business is missed opportunities because the business owner is fearful of making a choice. It's just a choice. So what if you screw up? So what? Keep going. The only way, I told you in the beginning, the only way you fail is if you quit. That's it. If you quit. And you lose so much when you don't make a choice. You damage your confidence in your abilities in making decisions. You could miss an opportunity, right? You damage yourself by being fearful of making choices. And then your business grows, gets you to a point where there's so much chaos you want to quit. Has anyone here ever been like that? There's so much chaos and so much noise because it's not organized, because it's a lack of you making the decisions or actually moving on a decision, that now you have all this chaos and you don't know how to fix it, and you're like, what the F, right? What am I going to do? But this affects your revenues. This affects you being afraid to hire. Maybe you've had a bunch of people that haven't worked out. So what? You have to keep going on this. You have to learn how to hire. How do I say this? Managing people is a skill. You need to learn how to do it or your business doesn't grow, period. You can't clean 40 houses a week by yourself. You're going to burn out. Even if you could even do 20 a week, right? But your income's going to be capped there. So you can't do that. Being an entrepreneur can be lonely sometimes. So the absence of this guidance, it can cause feelings of like overwhelm and isolation. Has anyone felt like that before? I felt like that before. I know that when I was on my own before. On my own, meaning solo cleaning, meaning I didn't have employees. I had helpers that I would pay cash or whatever under the table. I'm sure everyone started like that. Totally, Stacey. Without confidence policies, she was a mess. Yeah, 100%. Totally. It totally messes with you when you don't have systems and strategies. Totally. And then, you're facing immense pressure and immense stress. And then you get to a point, I've seen it. You get to a point where you don't want to go to work in the morning. You want it to be Saturday so you don't have to deal with things, right? So you need some sort of guide, whatever it is, to prevent your motivation from gaining or decreasing. So you need to be constantly building your confidence and, more importantly, building your resilience, okay? By setting achievable, realistic goals. That's why I don't like too fast of a growth spurt, because they call it growing pains. That's all chaos and stuff. You want to grow at a speed that's healthy, at a speed that you can catch up to, that you can actually not have a lot of damage and chaos like on your way up, right? Which is, when people grow too fast, they can crash and close because it's too much stress, right? It is too much stress. So setting achievable, realistic goals, working with someone or whatever, is going to help you, right? Is totally going to help you. Analysis paralysis, fear of taking those risks, is a major source of failure. When you don't make any choices and you don't do anything, your company is actually moving backwards, right? And analysis paralysis is a common theme in women. How many of you agree with that? I agree with that. Women will beat the thing to death. They will analyze something so much, whether it becomes business or relationships or whatever's going on, right? They beat the thing to death, and then you end up not making a decision, and you put your brain mentally through all that trauma, and then you don't even do anything. So we analyze these things to death so much that we talk ourselves out of a potentially great opportunity. So what can you do? What can you do about this? I say this to everyone. Surround yourself with your tribe to keep you strong, right? This call, whatever, other calls. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals in the specific cleaning industry because they know what you're going through, right? Other business owners may be going through sort of some of the same things that you are. So, you're not 100% alone, but that's why I do these weekly lives. I help people realize that they're not alone in this, that we're all from the same cloth here, right? We all had our reasons why we started a cleaning business. Some females that started this business were single parents like me, needed to pay the bills, right? Cleaning was a good hustle that brought in good money. You can go clean a house, you know what I mean, back in the day, make $150, do 2 of those a day, you're making $300 for the day. Now you're talking some good money, 10 or so years ago. Now not so much with the inflation, but whatever, right? The wrong decisions can completely change your business and bring you back to square one. I've seen it, right? I've seen it. So surrounding yourself with your tribe is going to get you through the tough times, because there's going to be tough times. I'm not going to lie to you. There's going to be great times. There's going to be tough times. That's just life, right? But it's going to help you make hard decisions and help you avoid making the wrong decisions in your business, right? Which is crucial to learning how to do, which in turn will grow your business faster, right? Grow your business faster, which is what we all want. Fast in a nice, smooth, even-keeled, upward, healthy growth spurt, right? Owners being too harsh on their employees and they quit. I see that all the time, right? The employee game is a labor of love, quote unquote, no pun intended. It is a labor of love. It takes great skill and understanding to do it well. It's not easy managing people, right? Not easy. But if you can align your whole company so they work together for a common goal, and it's hard to do sometimes, it's the most challenging piece of this whole business. But when you get it to work, it's like a symphony. It's amazing. It makes you feel so good. You can lay your head on the pillow at night and you're just like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's the hardest thing in the business to do, but if you want to reach $1 million, you need to master it. You need to master it. Chamber of Commerce is good. Hi, Kelly. BNI is good too. BNI. I'm in a BNI. Anyone here in a BNI? That thing's pole vaulted our business. Yep. BNI, you get like-minded individuals, especially when you can align with the service industry people in the group, because we're all kind of like the same. Yeah, awesome. So if you're struggling with confidence, you're not alone. If you're struggling with belief, you're not alone. Just know that. Reach out to me. We should talk. I help a lot of maid service owners with this. It's the hiring piece and the mindset piece is the biggest thing. And they have found, people I've worked with have found that once they surrounded themselves with people that have positive intentions, they're able to make tough decisions they wouldn't have been able to do on their own, right? If you're feeling like this, just come talk to me, DM me, whatever. Maybe we could just have a chat and see where you're struggling, right? For once, right? Because you may not even know where you're struggling. You could tell me a scenario and you think it's one thing, and I could be like, they're struggling with this, and you don't even know that because you're inside the thick of it, right? You're inside the thick of it. Maybe I might be the right fit to help you, right? What if I am? What if we fix your problems and you go on and now you're making $65,000 a month? What if, right? It happens all the time. You just got to believe in yourself, right? That's how you have to think. You have to think that your glass is half full, not half empty. And sometimes when you beat down, you're like, what's coming next? Blah, blah, blah. You have to reverse your thinking and be like, what good is coming next? What amazing thing is going to happen tomorrow on Thursday? What amazing thing is going to happen? I have a bunch of estimates that I'm going on. I still do all the in-person estimates for my company. What's going to happen? I'm going to go to bed tonight, right? And I'm going to meditate on it. And I'm going to say, I'm going to close all 3 estimates tomorrow. That's it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm putting out that intention that the good is going to happen tomorrow, and I'm going to close all those estimates. Why? Because my glass is half full. It's not half empty. Is that making sense? Is that making sense? So, I don't know if anyone's seen it. I just launched yesterday open registration for my Drop Them Up and Scale Accelerator. It's going to start 2 weeks. It's gonna start in I'm doing open registration now. It's officially starting in another week or so, a little bit more, not 2 weeks. So watch for that in the group. I take on 7 students because I like an intimate setting. That's why there's only 7 spots. I don't have a million people on Zoom calls. I don't feel that that's productive. My goal is to help. If I can help 1 cleaning business owner at a time, that's what I do. And then I fill up to 7 spots. Once the spots are filled, I shut the registration down because it's very important to me that everyone gets the support that they need. And then I close the doors till next registration, which isn't for another 3 to 4 months. I usually run 4 classes a year, every quarter. So if you're interested, DM me, let me know. Love to help you. I hope this was helpful. Anyone have any questions? Oh, you're the president of the Women's Chamber. And a Lions member. Yep. You were shy, Stacy. Interesting. Yeah, 100%. And so I work with a lot of women that don't want to go to networking things because they're shy. And I say, you have to go and you just have to bring your business cards and you just need to talk. I recommend that women that are shy go to women's events first, because once you start saying, hey, I own a cleaning business, you're like the popular kid on the block because every woman wants their house cleaned. So it's an easy conversation to have. I love that. Yep, I'm going to be I actually opened something over here in Massachusetts called Women's Business League. I was the Andover, Mass chapter leader. I opened the chapter. I did that for 3 years and I eventually passed the torch, and then I joined something that was a little more aggressive as far as sales and stuff, which was BNI, and BNI has been amazing. It's been amazing for leads. So look it up if you're looking for a group in your area to build your cleaning business, because a lot of times cleaning business owners can't join BNIs because they can't get to the meetings because they're in the field cleaning, which I am not. I haven't been in the field for years. Thank God. I clean my house every once in a while. But that's about, no, I clean my house all the time. But yeah, it truly helps so much. Thank you for joining us, Stacy. All right, everyone. Have an amazing evening. I'm so glad you joined me tonight. If you're watching this on replay, you can put a comment in there and I see it and I still answer everyone. Fergus, of course I work with guys. Of course I work with guys. All the time. Ireland. 2245. What is that in clock time? I don't know. Absolutely, Stacey. Come anytime. Do you work with guys? Yes. Different time zone. I don't know what 2245 is. So right now, where I am, I'm EDT. I'm Eastern Standard Time. Right now, it is 5:43 p.m. So 5:45. So I don't know what that would be. So, okay. So 11:15. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you're 5 hours ahead of me. 5 hours ahead. All right. That's not too bad. Yeah, 5 hours ahead. Right. So my class that I run, my Drop Them Up and Scale, is at 5 p.m. On either a Tuesday or a Thursday. So that would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7. That would be 10 o'clock p.m. Or I also do private sessions too. And then we could play with that. We do that too. Awesome. I know I don't know military time, Fergus. I'm sorry. Well, is that you're new? I don't think I've seen. Maybe a long time ago you were on the call, Fergus. I remember seeing your name in the group, but I hope you enjoyed it. I do this every. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Every Wednesday, I do this, unless I'm like sick and dying. I do this every Wednesday on a different topic related to the cleaning business industry, on sales, on mindset, on hiring, on execution, all kinds of things that are related to the business. So you're welcome. I'm glad you liked it. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel good. Thank you. All right. You all have a great evening. I will see you all next week. All right. Take care. Bye.